Welcome to Grade Pending, the show where we, review movies, music, and whatever else we feel like reviewing at the time. We have our unique grading system. Awesome, which is the top of the top, the cream of the crop, the best of the best. We got Dope, which is very good, not perfect, not the bestest, but hey, it's a good show, good piece of entertainment. We got Meh, which basically is all right, or watched it once, not trying to watch it no more. And then we got Straight Trash. With I'm never watching it again. It was hot garbage. Get this out my face. Why did I spend money on this? However you feel about it. All right. We just really give our opinion and thoughts and jokes and all that good stuff on all the content and things. So today we will be discussing the newest and for this year only Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, Deadpool and the Wolverine. And of course, to talk about it, we have to talk about it. So there will be spoilers. So if you have not seen the movie, go check it out. Then you can come back and watch us. It'll be streaming, so you can watch it anytime, multiple times if you want to. We can do that. So let's get into our grades real quick, or individual reviews. And
All right, so first off, it's what you would expect from a Deadpool Wolverine movie. Um, Action, gore, violence, jokes, a lot of sexual innuendo jokes. Um, I did like the fact that you really don't need to really watch previous Deadpool movies to kind of get this movie, but at the same time, it helps a lot. Um, I say that because Negasonic and Colossus had absolutely zero role except just being friends of Deadpool and he wants to save his friends. Um, the chemistry you get between Wolverine and Deadpool is superior. Um, the action and violence is top notch. Uh, Sometimes for me, the movie sometimes felt like it dragged a little bit, which is kind of weird because the movie moves kind of fast, but um, I would say it's not awesome to me. It's almost awesome, but I'm not gonna say it's awesome. So I would say it's a high dope. It's a high dope for me. Um, the TVA edition and stuff like that is pretty cool. The badass fight with all the Deadpools in the universes, versus those two was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, overall, I say it's a high dope movie. Pretty solid, pretty unique. Uh, Shout out to Blade, and all them joints that came through. But yeah, high dope. That's my dope.
All right, so Deadpool versus Wolverine. I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine. I when the movie, I was hopeful. I was worried because I was like, we've gotten a lot of not great Marvel movies, even though this is not, this is a little different, and I was like a little worried, but I went in and within the first like minute, I was like, okay, this might be great, and then as it goes on, like the to Jared's point, like their chemistry, which we kind of knew was going to be a thing, was really great anyway. Their chemistry was fucking great. I love the way they rolled it out. I love the way they explained it. I love they tied it into all the older movies. I love the cameos. Fucking Calverine is, that's all you need in your life. Um, the way they did it, the way they had the fake outs, and everyone was like, oh, well, this person's gonna be in it, that person's gonna be in it, and it was at a point that when we were watching the movie, as the cameos start popping up and you get Blade, you get Elektra, like people in the theater were literally like shocking and gasping and like clapping. And, it's been a while since I've got that experience from a movie theater. So that made it great overall. But I love the movie itself. I guess we'll get more into it in a little bit, but for the score, I'm going to go with awesome.
All right, Wolverine and Deadpool. This is a tricky one. There's mixed feelings here. Obviously, I agree with John and Jared. This is a very good film. I was a little worried it was just going to rely on the member berries, but it did have heart and it was pretty good. Um, I want to give it an awesome, but they made Henry Cavill Wolverine instead of Cyclops, and that just doesn't make any sense. Speaking of Cyclops, they mentioned Scott, but no Scott at all in the film. But you got Blade, and it didn't make any sense. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go with a high dope. Um, It would have been awesome. I love NSYNC. It would have been an awesome, but no Cyclops, no awesome. Them's the rules. We'll discuss together. I do.
Yeah, unlike Otto, the fact that there was no Cyclops was perfectly fine for me. That's a plus in any given day, and it also shows, just putting Wolverine in the title, having Wolverine in the movie, it's a win. It's breaking records already opening weekend. It's doing what it does. X-Men '97 should learn from this. It should be Wolverine and the X-Men going forward, but we'll talk about that later. But as far as Deadpool Wolverine, you know, good. Some people build it as like a buddy flick. It wasn't really a buddy flick as much because they weren't really buddies. But I did like the conflict of them, and it did lead to multiple fights that they had. I definitely enjoyed them fighting in a minivan. That was very unique. Kind of like shades of Daredevil's hallway fights and things. It was like a different take on how to have some kind of action just in a minivan. It was a great commercial, for Honda, I guess. But that was unique to me. I did like the heart of it all amidst all of the comedy. At times, it did feel like the comedy kind of overshadowed, but it's a Deadpool movie, so it's already expected. And the cameos made sense. They weren't just thrown in just because; they did make sense. I still feel like Spider-Man: No Way Home did it better, but I did enjoy the Fox version of this, as that was the Sony universe merging into the MCU. I did enjoy it as well. I, like Jared said, I think it started out a little slow when giving the story of it all. It dragged a little bit in the beginning, but once it got started, I think it was nonstop. Excuse me, nonstop action. I just feel like the story itself was a little convoluted and misleading. So I want to see it again, but after one watch, and I'm going high dope. I want to give it an awesome so bad because Wolverine is in it. Multiple Wolverines at that. That alone should just be awesome, but I definitely want to be honest and give my fair critique of it. I think it's a high dope, but if I watch it again, it may change my second reaction. But first view, going dope, high dope, very high. All right. And now everybody else can talk again, except for you.
I'm glad you agree. No Cyclops, no awesome. I'm glad you agree by going with a high note. That's exactly what you said. That's what your score said. That's what your score said. That's what your score said.
That's not what I said. I just, so to the point, like Jared brought up, it's starting a little slow in the beginning. I did like the, I guess, fourth wall breaking, him being interviewed by Happy. That was cool, but it just took a long time to get to the to the point.
To the cameos?
Not even just to the cameo, just to the story. Why are we here? What's going on? How does he end up eventually getting into this? It took a while to get to that point, and I feel like the plot was a little shaky. I mean, when you got time travel and multiverse, it's always a little hit or miss. And I think, oh, okay, Logan died, and but he could have just went back at a previous point and got him when he was alive still. Why?
Right.
Why go for another?
Because they didn't want to fuck up Logan. They covered that.
But that's part of the problem. Like in a time travel movie, you can go back to any point in time. It doesn't have to be, oh, I went right now, he's already dead. Oh man, well no, he wasn't dead 6 years ago. Dig him up then, or get him then. Like what I'm saying. So that
he should have gone back in time and stopped Jonathan Majors from beating his girl, and that would have saved us from a whole bunch of stuff. But we'll talk about that later.
We'll discuss that later.
Paul, you said my review was short, and it was, and I can't not talk about the elephant in the room. It's just fucking, dude, I couldn't sleep last night. That spoilers for those of you who
We're not talking about Comic-Con yet.
I know we're not, but it tainted my view on this film.
Really?
Because I was like, all right, we're up. We're about to say, you're like, say the line, we're back. I was like, holy shit, are we actually fucking back? And then this fucking dumb dick's the fucking universe fighting you, dumb dick.
Well, that's not fair.
And now it's fucking, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck? But whatever.
No, that's not fair.
it isn't fair that they're ruining fucking Marvel again. But we'll talk
No,
about that
that's
later, like
not.
you said, sidebar.
We're focusing on
Regarding this
Deadpool
film,
and Wolverine.
regarding this Deadpool and Wolverine, I am shocked that this was a Fox movie. This was the best Fox movie, but this was not an MCU movie. They watched MCU shit on TV and the TVA was there, but that's it. There was no
I agree with all
consequences.
of that.
There was no setup. Unless I missed something, like, it was a lot of comedy, a lot of laughter. It was such a fun experience. It was a beautiful experience film. Like John mentioned, all those reactions, it was great. I was having it myself. Gambit, hello, Gambit, fucking amazing. But it didn't do anything for the status of the MCU. I think, I don't know. Maybe Paul, you can tell me what I
Well,
missed.
here's the double-edged sword. When you have a universe, sometimes people complain, oh, it always connects to stuff. Oh, it's always about Easter eggs and teasing and stuff. But then when you have a standalone movie within the universe, oh, it didn't connect to anything. I don't get it. Where's it going? You can't win
I
in a
agree, but
universal
Feige
movie.
specifically said this is going to set up the mutants, and it
But
didn't. Not nothing.
I feel like the way they did it though, I feel like it was a sweet burial send off to Fox, but also saying like,
Right.
hey, but this is Marvel, so in our universe we do have a Fantastic Four, we have an X-Men, we have. So I think
Well,
it
we
was them saying
don't.
like, hey, we have this.
They're not
We
in
just don't
our
have the
universe.
characters yet.
They're not in our universe yet.
But
Fantastic Four
yeah,
coming
exactly. They're
soon.
not in our universe. They ended up in the Fox
This was
thing,
a standalone. Thank
Fox
you,
movie.
Fox movie. Thank you for what you did. Thank you for getting us here.
Which is why I don't think MCU should get credit. Which is why we're not fucking back. And we
But
see
it's
what
an
MCU is
MCU
really
movie
fucking
though.
doing.
It's in the MCU. So again, the tie-in is the TVA. That was the mechanism that brought the characters in, and it freed them from the void. And the TVA character from the MCU is what freed them from the void. Say, hey, these are not forgotten characters. We love these characters.
Where
Let's
was
give them a
Loki?
second life.
Where's Loki? Where's Kang?
Loki's holding on to the threads.
So how did
Kang,
you let
Kang
that
is
happen?
dead.
Okay.
Kang is dead. Loki wrote all of this. Loki is the
Oh, no,
the god of stories.
Loki wrote
This
Deadpool
was him
Wolverine.
doing
Yeah,
this.
you're right. You're right. Yeah,
This was
like,
Loki
I don't want to
doing this.
overthink it. I don't want to overthink. I had an amazing time at the theater. Unfortunately, I wasn't as close to John as I wanted to be, but I felt his presence and his long shaft all across the rows. It was a great time. I don't know if it's gonna hold up like on rewatches and stuff. Now that you know what's coming. But it was again. I love Dan Sync. That opening sequence was great, but no Cyclops, and then
You
Blade
don't
with
need
no muscles.
Cyclops.
No muscles, Blade. 90-year-old
I
Blade.
think
What are we doing?
it's who they could afford for the cameos. They're like, all right, we spent our
Maybe.
budget on this. We spent our budget on this. Let's get these people. Obviously,
No
Blade has tax
Daredevil.
evasion issues. Like, there's,
That's true.
Elektra's probably cheaper.
Elektra's definitely cheaper, but what I wanted to see, but it's whatever. This is me.
Cyclops
Gambit was such a pleasant surprise, and the Human Torch was such a pleasant, like holy shit. You see it coming, but it's still awesome to fucking see it. For the 5 minutes that they could afford him, it was fucking beautiful.
So to stick to that point, were the cameos at the theaters you guys saw it in? Did they get a big pop? Was there a big
Absolutely.
applause?
Oh, yeah.
Which one got
Absolutely.
the biggest?
That's a tricky one, John. I was
Yeah.
screaming. I was screaming "Flame On" and clapping for obvious reasons.
I think
That's just me.
Gambit got the biggest one.
What do you say, Jared?
I think Gambit was the biggest one for us.
Gambit? I
Yeah,
think
I think
Blade
he was.
was the biggest one in out there.
Well, for
Blade
you,
got
that's-
Blade got love. Yeah, Blade got
Because
love.
I don't
got
think
love.
anybody expected Wesley Snipes. Like,
No.
Elektra was already hinted at and teased and spoken of. Gambit was rumored, and it was like maybe, maybe not. But no, I don't think anybody saw Wesley Snipes coming back.
Yeah, I think.
I
no,
saw them
think
say
Wesley
Wesley
Snipes
Snipes is
like-
back, and I was like, no, he's not. They
Oh, so I
don't
didn't
like
see
each
that.
other.
I didn't see
They-
that. being-
I saw it. I didn't share it because I was like, I know it's bullshit because they don't like each other. They work
Right.
together. They don't like each other. This doesn't make any
And
sense.
that's what
Then
he
when he
was.
walked out, I was like, oh shit, they walk. And then I was like, why is he so skinny? What the fuck? Put a fucking vest on him. Like, why? Well, come on. Jesus.
He's been in the void. He's not eating well.
I guess.
Speaking of Gambit, what did you think of his costume?
Or his accent.
The
We'll get
suit
to
was
that.
great.
The costume first. The costume first.
The suit was great. It was fucking straight from X-Men '97. It was awesome. It was good.
Yeah.
it looked fake to me. It looked a little fake. It didn't look. I know it was
I mean,
comic
it wasn't
accurate.
real. It wasn't real, bro.
No, but I'm
Like, what
just
do you
saying, like
mean?
it looked like you could just go buy. You know, it didn't look like, you know what I'm saying. Look like you could just buy it from
It looked like
Party
it
City.
belonged in the Fox universe, which is what it was.
Yeah, I just feel like it was comic accurate, but there just was more proof that comic accurate isn't always the best choice. That's how I felt.
Is that what you're saying about the guy in the yellow fucking banana suit that
Speaking of
he
the
finally
yellow
wore?
suit, the mask was great to see, and then when I
Eh?
saw it, I was like, I don't like the
Never
mask.
mind.
That's the same thing I said, and I was told that I'm crazy. The
And
same
you
thing
know
I said. I was
why?
like, yo, I'm
Who the
looking at the
fuck said
mask.
you
I'm
were
like, yo,
crazy?
bro, I'm not. We
Who?
can't mention this. Talk about this right now. But I'm saying is like, I was told that I'm crazy, and I'm like, yo, I'm like, the mask. No, it doesn't. What, it didn't come down right. It didn't fit in the right.
Right.
Like, I was like, no, the mask.
Right.
Like all these years I'm waiting for the fucking mask, and this is what I get. I was a little
Yeah.
annoyed with that.
But I think
Yeah,
it was
it was
accurate,
CG.
but it
was
just
CG
looks.
and the CG white eyes, and it
Yeah.
was like,
So
Even like the
certain
shoulders.
things don't always work from the comic straight to live action. I think, you know, that was my
That being
take.
said, comic height accurate Wolverine, I think, worked just fine. Him being a
He
little
looked too
midget, that was
small.
perfect.
He
That
looked
was
too
that he
small.
should
I
have.
don't know.
No,
That one
that's
was.
right, bro.
He was too small. In the comics, Wolverine is 5'3". That dude was 4 foot something. I don't know. He looked like he was a little person. That was too small.
That whole sequence with the Wolverine variants was fucking awesome. That was
That
fucking
was
great.
awesome. See, he said it. He said it.
The
It
brown
was.
suit, that was
It was.
fucking
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Half a second of Wolverine of Hulk, that was fucking so good.
But
Yeah, that's
I
for
need
sure.
I need to see it again. I definitely need to see it again to get a better, you know, because I love part one. I love part two, even though they do Juggernaut dirty. They do Juggernaut dirty again in part three.
Yeah, this one
but
too, yeah.
they did the Fox Juggernaut dirty, so I'm not that mad at that. Like the old X-Men, you know, X3. So I'm not that
They
mad
did
at that.
something to me,
But but they did Juggernaut dirty. But anyway, I want to see it again though because like as a trilogy, it's one of the more solid trilogies of the Marvel films, not MCU but Marvel films in general. It's one of the more solid trilogies.
It's all MCU now. It's all canon. It's all canon.
Well, so it's one of the more solid trilogies though, out of all the even some of the big names. It's one of the more solid trilogies in my opinion. But I do gotta watch this one again.
What did
They did
you?
same to me,
John,
too.
they did. I agree that they did Juggernaut dirty, but at least you got Juggernaut. No Scott, no Cyclops, no fucking G. The fuck
Whoa,
out of
whoa,
here,
whoa,
bro. This
whoa,
is fucking
We didn't need
bullshit.
Cyclops in this movie.
James
Well, first
Marston
of
was
all-
busy making Sonic 5.
That's true. That's true. He's actually employed and making money. Yeah, you're right. That makes sense.
What were you saying, Jared?
I said they did Saber 232.
Oh yeah.
It was a
And
build up.
that was
Oh my
Tyler,
God!
too.
This
That was-
fight and slice.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Troy when he just goes through real quick, just that one quick kill. Like, but I liked it though because you didn't have time to have a full Sabertooth battle. So I like that he just like gave him the business, even though in real life Sabertooth was that working.
Exactly. Yeah.
The Chris Evans did anybody immediately think Johnny Storm, or did you thought it was Cap at first?
When he still had the hood on, I was like, I saw red in his hands and I saw blue in his pants, and I was like, and I saw the height, and I was like, Andrew Garfield? Are they gonna? For some reason, my mind went Spider-Man, but then I saw it was Chris Evans with brown hair, and I was like, oh, Human Torch. And my boy next to me was like, nah, and I was like, watch. And then in unison we said, flame on! And it was fucking marking out like a little fucking virgin, but it was great. It was fucking great. And then him just cursing like a sailor, which not everybody sees Chris Evans do that. That's so good. So good.
Now, yeah, I saw him, and then when Deadpool's like Avengers Assemble, and he's trying to say it, and that second, the minute it hit, I snapped. I was like, wait, this is a Fox film. That's fucking Johnny Storm. I was like, oh, this is gonna be fucking great.
Jared, did you know right away, or did it take you some time?
Absolutely did not know in a second. Absolutely did not know.
I
was kind of. It made sense though because of all the characters from Fox, but I didn't expect it at first. I was just there for the ride.
Yeah, I didn't think about it at first. I was just like, oh, because it was like, oh yeah, like, it was like a brief moment of I forgot about that, and then it was like, yeah, that made sense. Even though I've been wanting them to do that for the longest, like when it finally happened, I was like, y'all got me. It caught me off guard. I wasn't thinking straight, but like you said, it made perfect sense. And I think having Deadpool being hyped, thinking he gonna say Avengers Assemble, that was the perfect gotcha. For those of us that wasn't caught, prepared for it, I think that was perfect. And then the joke, the end credit scene, like you said, Otto, seeing him curse up a storm. Most people won't get that. Most people are like, oh, that was a waste. Oh, that scene was, I should have left before the credits. But it's like, if you know him, and it's like, nah, that was so that was so pleasing just to hear him go crazy saying some wild curses and
It was
things.
great.
That was just.
I mean, I was hoping for Cyclops, but whatever. I'll
Stop
take the
talking about
post-credit
Cyclops. Why
request.
do we keep bringing up Cyclops?
Because he
We
should have
don't
been.
need
God damn it!
Cyclops.
I thought
Deadpool and
honestly, I thought
Wolverine.
they were gonna make fun of him. I thought I was like, oh, they're gonna bring him back, kill him
He
again on
makes fun
screen,
of
do some fucking.
himself. You don't need to write that in the
Sir,
script.
he's the
Cyclops
lead
is a
from the.
joke.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
You don't need to make fun of him. He is already silly. What else? The heart of it all. We all know the jokes were there. We all know, the comedy of it. Did we feel the emotional, element of it? Him saving his friends, his world. Did that land? Did we feel that landed?
No, I mean I don't. I cry at movies all the time. This was not one of those. It was just like, eh.
Yeah.
I almost
I mean,
cried at the no Cyclops, but besides that, no.
no, I mean, emotionally, like not in a crying sense, but in like a happiness, like, oh well, he did his thing. He proved to himself to be a hero to his girl. He brought Hugh Jackman back to his thing. Hugh Jackman was like part of the family now, part of the thing. I do love the jokes about Hugh Jackman having to do it till he's 90 now. I think that's fucking hilarious.
Because it's not
But
a joke. Because they're really fucking doing it. Like fuck.
I really hope they recast Wolverine though. Correct, man. Like
There's only one Wolverine.
There's actually two, but we don't have to bring this up
There's
here.
only one
There's
Wolverine.
two. In X-Men Origins Wolverine, young Wolverine was played by somebody who's an actor now, a fucking flaming actor right now. And
That
I'm
was
not
a
gonna bring it up,
flashback.
but there's more
Flashbacks
than one.
don't count.
The flashback
There's
don't
only
count.
one
Is it not
Wolverine.
Did he not pop claws? He popped claws.
You gotta
But
meet
we
this.
don't have to talk about this.
Trying to meet this guy. Jared, did the heart land for you?
I mean, by heart, you mean B-15 falling for Peter Paul?
I mean, well, the emotional element of him saving his friends and all that good stuff. Did you feel it? Was it a selling? Did it?
It didn't really sell. I mean, it it was cool, when you see Wolverine, coming back to like, connect, and like, tie that stuff up. That was cool, but it didn't really land for me. It didn't really land.
So, and I feel that's what I said. That's why I feel like a little bit of the plot and the story itself. I borderline wanted to give it an awesome, and I just couldn't. Still loved it though. Still definitely an enjoyable movie that I will go see again. That I can replay over and over again. But yeah, I didn't feel the emotional aspect of it. And I think, and not to say that it's been Guardians of the Galaxy or anything like that, but the first two movies I think still had more of an emotional arc that kind of was the base of it all. Him trying to save his girl, and him, even in the second one, the mutant was getting bullied, so he had to save him. So I think it still had better.
Sir, I say,
plots.
sir.
What? Adam?
I have a question because you brought up the first two.
Mhm.
It was kind of weird that nothing with Domino. Like, where was Domino?
Yeah, they mentioned her. but
I
that
know
was
she's
it.
not working. She hasn't done anything since fucking this show in Atlanta ended. So like,
Yeah,
why
Joker
no
in
Domino?
Atlanta. I don't know.
back
I don't
to the
know.
budget. They spent all the money on the CGI and using NSYNC songs. That's expensive.
That's true.
NSYNC songs
That's true.
expensive.
That's
Yeah.
They did almost the full thing.
Speaking of
No, they did
cameos,
too.
They did the full thing. That was the whole
did you
song.
guys notice in Happy's office, Tom Holland's face was blocked
Of
by the
course.
Iron Man mask in the picture?
Of course, yeah. That was a Doctor Doom mask, but yeah.
that was an Iron Man mask. But
Yeah.
do you think that was because
Budget?
Sony's not sharing again, or you feel like
Yeah. You gotta pay to play. You gotta pay for pussy. By the Tom Holland's pussy, you gotta pay top dollar. Here's just a photo of it. So yeah.
I thought that was
That's what
interesting. I peeped that right away. I was like, the picture was there with Tony, but the other half of the picture was being blocked. So I thought that was interesting to see, and I think it was specifically, shown.
What did you guys think of the villains? Paradox and
Horrible.
maybe really both of them. You know, like either of them.
Both were. Paradox was, like I said, the reasoning. She had a sling ring. She could have left any time. It started out. I mean, I thought I thought Nova's story was going somewhere good, but then when she just randomly pulled out the sling ring, like, yeah, some magician left this here. So you had that the whole time, like,
Yeah.
Well, no, hold on, no, because she said previously she was like that we had an agreement. I stay here and I get to rule this, and you get to have your little world up there. Long as you keep feeding me bodies. Like, so she wanted to be there anyway because she got to rule her own world. So
and
she
then
said she
she
wanted to stay
chose
there
not to.
Yeah.
because he got out of place. He broke his contract, so he had to make him pay. She had to make him pay.
And then another thing, Pyro is like the bald dude from the Matrix calling outside to Paradise.
That was yeah, that's exactly. That's a great
It was
reference.
just too many
That's exactly what
convenient
was
plot
playing.
devices. Like he got a direct line to the TVA. She had a sling. It's like, come on, everything just happened conveniently at the right time when we needed it
No
to happen.
Cyclops.
We don't care about Cyclops.
Conveniently no Cyclops. Conveniently.
Are you sure? Like, did you look at when they had Age of Apocalypse Wolverine? Maybe Cyclops. Maybe that Age of Apocalypse Cyclops was there, one with the long hair,
I
smooth
went
to the
frame
side.
by frame.
We
John.
care about Cyclops. We
God
don't
damn it.
care. We do not need him. The movie is doing fine without him. He's not important. He's not missed at all.
Hold on,
Nobody's saying that.
Holy shit, breaking news. Robert Downey Jr. cast as Cyclops. God damn it.
That would probably be
so
a good
upset.
thing.
No, it wouldn't. I'd be so fucking
great,
upset.
wouldn't it? You would love that. Henry Cavill. Matter of fact, let me just mute Otto right now. Henry Cavill popping up as Wolverine. Jared, what you think about that?
Super Ring.
Yeah.
Super Ring.
Super Ring, but did it mean anything to you? Did you laugh? Did you sad? Whatever. How'd you feel about
I laughed. It was pretty funny. I mean, it
it?
was pretty cool because he's been DC for so damn long. He's been DC for so long that it's kind of cool to see him in a non DC role. But no, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. It didn't do anything for me. It just made me laugh. That was really all it was.
Yeah. John, what you think about the Henry Cavill appearance?
Well, I love Cavill. So the Cavill Wolverine was a very interesting, funny moment. Personally, I do like Wolverine. He's too big and bulky to be Wolverine, but I do like the way they did it. And I feel like it was Marvel's way of saying, like, hey, DC, we have him. This is not his role. This is just a little quick smirk at you guys. So I like what they did there in that moment. I still would love to see a cameo with Carl Urban as Wolverine. I would have loved that personally.
Otto, what did you think about Henry Cavill? Oh, I loved it. It was great seeing him as Wolverine because that would be a great role for him to play. Yeah, fuck Cyclops. We wouldn't need Cyclops at all. Yeah. Thank you, Otto, for for sharing your thoughts on Henry Cavill appearing in Deadpool. Don't worry about it. Once again, fuck Cyclops. You're right. Absolutely, I totally agree with that. Let's see. Is anything else?
So,
Wait.
how do you feel about it?
I want to know Otto's opinion about Cavill.
Do we need to? We're
Well, I
here.
wanna know-
I know he likes Cavill for Cyclops. I don't see that's a big ass Cyclops. I don't see him playing Cyclops. That's a big ass fucking Cyclops.
Go ahead.
Why fucking put me on the show if you're gonna mute me, you fucking pussy? Just fucking take the truth. We needed more Cyclops, you fucking.
You see?
All right. So listen. I agree with John. Henry's too big and fucking wrote it out. It wouldn't make sense. Glenn Powell, #1 box office stars, who I'm fan casting for Cyclops. But this isn't about Cyclops. So what did I think about him being there? I was like, oh, cool. But what I thought was, man, you know who he would be fucking amazing as? Victor Von fucking Doom. That's who he would be fucking amazing as. But no, we got somebody else. But we'll talk about that later.
We will be discussing that in a later episode. Now to you guys' points. Oh, he doesn't look like Cyclops. He's too big. Da da da. Well, the same can be said about Wolverine. And Hugh Jackman did a good job.
I've been saying that my entire life.
But I think
physically,
hold on, let me finish my thought. I think the actor is more important than just the look. I'd rather have a great actor, and I think even in this movie, Hugh Jackman playing a different variant of Wolverine he actually did a very good job when it was needed to do his acting thing. I think that was more important than just him looking the part. So I think the actor is more important than the look.
Pero ¿por qué no los dos?
What?
Why not both? Hugh
But you
Jackman
can
is an
have both.
amazing.
But I think that's more
Hugh
important. I
Jackman
said
is an
that's more
amazing actor.
important,
Hugh Jackman is an amazing actor, but he just doesn't look like Wolverine. He's fucking 6'8".
and
Like,
that's
what are we doing?
fine. But he's been doing it for 20 years, and
But yeah,
very
so
little
my
complaints.
my thing, like I get it, and yes, he is too tall for Wolverine. Wolverine is something really short. I get making him a little taller, but Cavill for Cyclops is too big, and Cavill eats Wolverine in
I agree.
size.
I agree.
Like
I agree.
like
Doesn't
Cyclops is
matter.
a smaller person than Wolverine. He's smaller. He's not as bulky as Wolverine
It's
in the
irrelevant.
comic book.
It's irrelevant.
I don't think
It
it is.
doesn't. It doesn't. That's
So
again,
so
and
all
I'm not
right.
fighting
So
for him to be Cyclops either. I'm just saying that's a minor detail.
so Anthony Hopkins is an amazing actor. You want to see him as the Hulk? Like it doesn't. It
No,
doesn't.
I think he's trying to say he wants Denzel. He wants Denzel as Wolverine. Is that what he's saying? You're not making any fucking sense.
What about Denzel and Cyclops?
Now we're talking. I got no problem with that. I got no problem with that.
I'm just saying, like I said, we whenever a actor is revealed for a part, we all jump to conclusions, and then we be like,
Agreed.
oh snap, I was wrong. You know, this guy's killing it. So I think the look isn't as important to me. I think the actor and the direction of the character in that specific movie is more important to me. Mic drops.
He's
Everybody
60
got quiet.
years old. He's 60 years old. He does not need to be Victor Von Doom. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
We will discuss
I'm assuming that's what you're
that
talking about. You're not talking about
later.
fucking Hugh Jackman anymore. Hugh Jackman is at least on roids. RDJ is not on roids, and he's this tall. No, he's not Victor Von Doom. It doesn't make any sense. Look, he was about to view me again, John. You see this? You see this? I see his finger. He's about to view me again.
I thought it was America.
But overall, like I said, I do want to see Deadpool Wolverine again. Maybe my review of it may go up, maybe it might go down. But like I said,
Well, let's go on a date.
we out. Let's do it. When you want to go?
I don't know.
See, don't tease me.
I would have said right now.
We out. Let's go. Show's over. We go.
Do you guys think
I'm
this,
in the car.
Do you guys think this
come pick me
breaks
up.
like top?
Wait, what happened?
Does this touch No Way Home numbers? Like, what do we think? Because obviously, half a billion is fucking crazy.
Numbers wise, so again, I don't feel it's as good of a movie. Numbers wise, I can see it. There's no what comes out in the near future that can compete with it over the rest of the summer.
If it's good in 2 weeks, Alien, but that's about it. It's got pretty much clear runway.
Yeah,
I think they have a pretty clear path that can continue people going to see it. So I think they're in a good spot that could eventually get to those high,
I know they won't, but they got to take out the blue people.
That's not gonna happen.
I know, but they need to.
When we get to Secret Wars, that's when we coming after
you put
Smurfs in the water.
Cyclops in your picture. We can talk,
But yeah, like I said, I don't see nothing else major competing with it. And I can see a lot of people going to see it multiple times. It's fun. It's 2 hours and some change, so it's not too long to get enough.
Right.
Next
Thursday,
enough screens.
Next week is M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's Trap, so I'm excited for that. But that's
Which
not gonna
I want to
money.
see, but
Yeah,
I don't
but
think
that's not gonna make any money.
Yeah, I don't
and
think
then
that's gonna.
Alien is the week after that. We'll see how that goes.
And I don't know if Alien has the fan base still to combat
Probably not.
Deadpool.
Probably not.
Because word of mouth right now is carrying for Deadpool Wolverine. People are hearing things and wanting to see it, so I think it's gonna be number one for the rest of the summer.
It's crazy how they were spoiled so violently, like within fucking 12 hours of the movie coming out. That shit was crazy.
Was fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucked up.
Man. Well, they did it to themselves. I mean, even putting X-23 in the final trailer was too much. I hate when movies do that. Like, cause her reveal in the movie was a who is that and it's like we already know, we saw her in the trailer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like Fast and the Furious did the same thing with Han. It was like no, they're acting like he's a sniper on the roof. Who is that? Oh my God, who's that? It's Han. We saw the commercial.
I'm not gonna front though. My dumb ass was like, hopefully it's someone different. I was still hoping.
Maybe they changed it.
Because even the lead up there was like, oh, it's 3 of you guys. No, there's actually 4. Who could be the fourth?
Ooh, oh my God.
It's X-23. We
That's
already know.
23, yeah.
We already
I
know.
was hoping it was Dolph Lundgren as Punisher, but
Oh, that would have been great. At least
Yeah.
they mentioned Punisher. That's something.
Or Nick Cage's Ghost Rider. Where's he at?
He's
yeah, that's
long.
true.
He's long legs is where he's at right now.
Oh,
I
one
don't, but
more
I don't
thing.
even think
Time is running
I don't even think
down.
he was in the ending. In the ending with the fucking saying
Oh yeah,
goodbye,
in the
so hard
little
to say goodbye.
montage. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I saw Ghost Rider there.
What did we think
No.
about Wesley Snipes' joke about I'm Blade, I'm the only Blade, and the only Blade there ever will be?
I thought
Just
it
a
was
joke,
funny. I thought
or
it was funny if he wasn't so skinny with gray hair. He's a
but do we
James
think it's a
Bond. He's
nod to
not supposed to
Mahershala
fucking
Ali,
age like
or
that. He's
you
not
think?
supposed to. I don't know.
I think
I
it's a
just
knack.
wish he
I think
was.
it's a knack to Disney, but I don't think it's a knack to Marshall. Like, I think he respects it. That dude's nice in his craft.
I think it's a little joke, little jab. That's it. Little joke and jab.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Nothing too
I think it was
serious.
just a joke too, especially with the Blade movie having trouble to get started. I don't think he. I think it was just meant to be a joke. I think they were just playing on the current state of Marvel, which also they made some jokes about too, which I was surprised that Kevin let rock. But being self-aware is the funniest joke sometimes. When you can joke on yourself. So I thought that was good to let those jokes go through. Thanksgiving
I
fight.
think he let that rock because he thought he had like a fucking bombshell announcement that was gonna fucking fix everything. Oh, but
Or the
no.
movie itself worked and it fit within Deadpool's 4th wall breaking and being self-aware. So I think it just played with that. So, but
I agree. I agree. It was good.
comment your thoughts below. Let us know what you guys think about the movie. Like I said, the next episode you're gonna see in here, we got a few things to talk about. San Diego Comic-Con just dropped as well this weekend, and we got something big to talk about in there, which they've already spoiled, so I don't need to. What are we going to talk about? Stay tuned for the next episode. No, Robert Downey Jr. We're going to talk about Robert Downey Jr. coming back. But thank you guys today for talking about Wolverine and Deadpool, or Deadpool Wolverine, whichever way you want to address it. And we'll see you in the next episode. Later.
Great.